All right, viewers, welcome to our next episode. We are going to continue with our topic, the English Glorious Revolution. In the previous episode, we looked at the causes of the revolution. Today, we are going to be examining how glorious the revolution was and how inglorious the revolution in the other way it was. We call it the English Glorious Revolution. It is a revolution, but the people glorify it. Therefore, we should be able to look at the reasons why the people of England call it a glorious revolution. Most often we see wars, we see revolution as being bloody, many people dying, and so many negative consequences following those revolutions. But just like we talk about, just like the French Revolution of 1789, the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia in 1917, these revolutions could not be termed glorious. But when it comes to the English Revolution of 1688 to 1689, we call it the Glorious Revolution. So we are going to be examining why the revolution was called a glorious revolution. From here, we have the first reason. We have James' refusal of military support. Last time we said the revolution was fought against James II, who succeeded his brother Charles II. And when the people of England has plotted to overthrow James from power, James was informed by his friend Louis XIV of France, who even opted to give James II a military support, especially naval military support. But James' response to Louis XIV was that, mind your business and stay away from my affairs. James refused to take military support from Louis XIV of France, despite the fact that he was informed that there was a revolution that was plotted against him. So we refer to it as a glorious aspect of the revolution, because at it being James accepted to take the military support from Louis XIV of France, there was so much bloodshed. The second reason that makes the revolution glorious, we have James escaped without intervention. The fact that James II of England escaped when the revolution was going on, he escaped with his wife Mary of Modena and the Prince of Wales, James Edward. They have to escape to France, and nothing was done about that to stop them from being escaped to France. Even William of Orange, who was brought in from Netherlands to come and rule in England, asked James to summon free parliament, but James failed to do so, and William did nothing to intervene him from escaping to France. Even no other person in England did so to prevent him from escaping to France. So in that aspect, we look at the revolution as a glorious one, because nobody was there to stop James from going for safety or to go and stay in France for safety purpose. The next reason, we say not all the soldiers of James betrayed him. That's another good aspect. Another glorifying part of the glorious revolution was the fact that not all the soldiers of James betrayed him. It's true. When we come to the second part, we will see that some of the soldiers of James betrayed him, but not all of the soldiers of James have to betray him. There were some who stood by him. There were James soldiers who vowed never to let him down. They fought against the 11,000 soldiers of William of Orange in the east coast of England, or in Toby, fighting to defend James and the English crown. It made it glorifying, because these soldiers, they were loyal to James. They did not fail or betray James as others did, because we have talked about those fighting in Toby or in the East Coast to give support. We move on with the reasons why the people of England look at this revolution to be a glorious one. We have already explained James' refusal to accept military support. We have explained James' escape without intervention. We have looked at not all the soldiers of James betrayed him. The next point that made this revolution a glorious one was the succession question was solved. At the end of the English Glorious Revolution, there was a problem that was solved, and this problem was that of succession into the throne. We have looked at it in the courses whereby the people of England, they have hated to see Catholics take over important positions or rule the crown in England. So with the revolution coming to an end and the putting in place of the Bill of Rights in 1689, the Bill of Rights stipulated or make it clear that no Roman Catholic or any person born of Roman Catholic Christian was supposed to take over power in England or handle important positions. Powers were not transferred more into the hands of the Protestants in England. So the fact that it make it clear that no Catholic was supposed to take over power in England, it made this revolution glorified, because there was no longer a power tussle between the different religious groups or religious venture in England to take over the throne. It was stipulated very well that no Roman Catholic was supposed to take over power in England. So it solved the succession question into the throne, as Protestants or Anglicans were given more rights to succeed the throne. Again, we move on. Another glorifying aspect of the revolution was the fact that power tussle between Parliament and the crown was solved. It solved the problem between supremacy of power between the king or the executive and the legislative or the Parliament. Before the revolution, there was always infighting between the English Parliament and the crown or the king over power supremacy. So with this infighting between these two organs of the administration, there was always a problem whether the Parliament should take final decisions or the king. But with the end of the revolution, the Bill of Rights made it clear that Parliament was supreme over the king, that the Parliament was above the king. That is why from 1689, when the Bill of Rights was passed, the British Parliament became the best parliament in Europe and even the world, because of what? The Bill of Rights came and solved the problem of power tussle between the executive, that is the king, and the Parliament. It made it clear that the supremacy of the Parliament was above that of the king. Next question or next point which made the revolution glorifying was absolutism in England came to an end. This revolution ended absolutism in England. Leaders were no longer supposed to rule with tyrannic way. They were not supposed to rule with the notion that they are going to suppress any opposition to them. This was especially in the situation whereby the king was struggling to force magistrate or to dismiss magistrate, because most often this magistrate refused to carry out a policy of toleration whereby they were accepted or they will accept that some acts of parliament that were passed against Roman Catholics should be abolished or suspended. So leaders in England were no longer to be tyrants. They were no longer to be autocrats, as it was the case of James II. Ending absolutism in England, it made the English glorious revolution glorifying. Again, we talk about there was little or no bloodshed in the revolution. The glorious revolution was glorifying because there was little or no bloodshed. We can say the revolution, for the time that the revolution took place, there was no serious killing, massive destruction of property as we were expected to see, as with the case of other revolutions that occur in Europe, like the case of the French Revolution of 1789 or the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia in 1917. That people died, but with this English Revolution, there were no too much of bloodshed. Only few people were killed in Toby, where the 11,000 soldiers of William of Orange were battled with the some loyal soldiers of James in the east coast of England. So the fact that so many people did not lose their lives, it made the glorious revolution glorifying. Now we have looked at the glorious aspect of the revolution. We are coming back to our next part of the topic, or the topic where we're looking at the inglorious aspect of the revolution. In the subsequent video or episode, we are going to treat the inglorious aspect of the revolution. As a candidate writing an advanced level history They may ask you, to what extent was the English glorious revolution a glorious one? Or how far can we attest that the glorious revolution was a curse than a blessing? In that case, if they say a curse than a blessing, you look at, they start with the inglorious aspect of the revolution. They are the inglorious aspect that make the revolution become a curse. And if we start the question with, to what extent was the revolution a blessing, then you start the first part. Blessing means the glorious aspect of the revolution, and MP2 we are going to now discuss the inglorious aspect of the revolution, because in as much as it was a blessing, to a lesser extent it was also a curse. So viewers, put your comment in our comment box, and then you subscribe as we come back into another episode where we'll be discussing on the inglorious aspect of the revolution.